Hi there. In this video, I want to talk about Spirit of the Century. It's a role-playing game set in the 1920s with a pulp action hero feel. It's based on the Fate RPG, which is based on the Fudge RPG. Specifically, I want to talk about section 8.2, Time, and within that section, the thing I really want to talk about is the Time Increments Chart. I'll link to the SRD for Spirit of the Century in the description so that you can follow along if you like. Here it is. I have a number of problems with this chart. The first is the vague wording of a number of the entries in the chart. For instance, how long is an instant? I have no idea. Or how many is a few? Is it 3, 4, 5? How long is a moment? Once again, I have no idea how long a moment is supposed to be, so it's extremely difficult matching a character action to any of the entries in this chart. I know that some people say it's a story-based RPG, but I like my stories to be consistent and as grounded in reality as possible so that I can suspend my disbelief without noticing the mechanics of the story. I get so irritated, for instance, in movies, when it's the middle of the day, they go inside a building, they come out 15 minutes later, and it's the middle of the night. That just throws me out of the story. I want my time to flow in a natural fashion. So having a time increments chart that doesn't match anything, or I have no idea what it's supposed to match, makes it harder for me to suspend my disbelief, and it throws me out of the story. I don't want to have to spend time arguing about how many is a few every time I try to match an action to an amount of time. And there's more here. For instance, you can see the word few is scattered all through this thing. An afternoon. How long is an afternoon? Is it 3 hours or 6? I really don't know. A season. The problem with a season, to me, a season is 3 months, and these increments are supposed to be increasing amounts of time. But if you look at the item before it, you have a few months, and the smallest number I can think of as a few is 3. So a few months in a season to me would be the exact same length of time. And then a lifetime. That's an incredibly vague amount of time. Some people's lives are over before they've begun, and other people live to 118. How am I supposed to know which of those lifetimes this is supposed to mean? Obviously, it's more than a decade, since that's the previous entry in the chart. But do they mean 20 years or 70 years? It's completely unhelpful. In addition to just within the time increments chart itself, its interaction with the rest of the Spirit of the Century game is problematic. An exchange, which is Spirit's concept that is similar to a combat round, doesn't have any amount of time associated with it, and nothing in the time increments chart gives you an indication of how long it should be. The fact that improving a workspace doesn't have an amount of time listed anywhere that I can find, and once again, the time increments chart doesn't help. Also, if you look in section 7.8, improving things, you see each improvement takes approximately 8 hours. There is nothing in the time increments chart that matches that length of time. An afternoon is too short, and unless you think that these pulp action heroes work a 9-to-5 day, a day doesn't match either. Here's my new improved, and by improved I mean that I like it better, time increments chart. It's certainly not perfect, but it's better, at least from my point of view. You can see that an instant has been replaced by a quarter second. I've inserted 1 second. I've inserted a 1 second entry in there to try and make it as at least a little linear in some of these steps. The next one is 4 seconds, which replaces a few moments. I've replaced half a minute with 15 seconds, then 1 minute, 4 minutes replaces a few minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours replaces a few hours, 8 hours replaces an afternoon, 1 day, 4 days replaces a few days, 1 week, 2 weeks replaces a few weeks, 1 month, 2 months replaces a few months, and 3 months replaces a season, then 6 months. That progression of 1, 2, 3, 6 doesn't follow a linear progression, but while I was fine with fixing entries and adding new entries, I didn't want to eliminate any of the entries, so that's what I got. Next is 1 year. 4 years replaces a few years. I've inserted 2 decades, and I've replaced a lifetime with 8 decades. In my campaign, 4 seconds is approximately equal to 1 exchange, and that's an elastic amount of time. I'm willing to stretch what the characters are able to do in 1 exchange so that we don't have to use stopwatches to time statements or do a detailed analysis of fighting styles to determine how long a parry and riposte takes. And as you can see, 8 hours is here, so we have something that equals the time to make 1 improvement. And I've set 1 month as the base amount of time to improve a workspace. Those were my fixes for the time increments chart. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please click the like button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you didn't like this video, click the dislike button and leave a comment letting me know what you didn't like about it.